I was with my dad to get some Arby's. That happened 4 months ago. I was with my dad to go to Arby's to get some sandwich with my brother, and we were having like a low, slow conversation, right? Just talking about life, talking about what we did for the day. And at that day, I think we went to the casino just to get some money, and we had a really good day because we won money. And after we finished winning, we decided to save all the money from the winning. We won about like 300 or 400 total from three of us, and we were really excited. So we talked just a little bit louder than usual walking into the Arby's restaurant. But it was in the parking lot while we are talking. And two African American guys, when they saw us, they were like, Chimichang, chimichang, ching, ching, chang. Really, really loud. And it kind of made me feel a little bit uncomfortable because I don't know what they were saying. Sounds like they're making some monkey sounds, right? And the thing I was afraid is they might hit us because um, before pandemic, right, there was not really a lot of Asian hate, right? And after pandemic, you see news of Asian ladies or Asian singers that get hit in New York, and I was generally at that moment I was a little bit afraid because the two men were just huge and really big too, and they were just wearing like a tank top, showing like their big muscular figure. And I just look at them and just give like a really hard and sour kind of smile, like like that, and just kept walking. And honestly, I didn't even want to walk in no more. But good thing they were like coming out of the parking lot, going into the car. So that was like the last time we'll see them. It would have been a little bit more awkward if they had walking into the same restaurant as us when they made that racial kind of a bit racial sound, right? And I feel like that occurrence is happening not just with Asian people, right? It's more in general that people are getting more meaner after the pandemic, right? Because around 2020, when the pandemic like really hit, everyone was staying at home and online, right? And these are the those who like actually went out and deliver food, like do DoorDash delivery, and the restaurants kept it open. They are the heroes at that time, right? And the waitress that decide to work to help serve the others, they are the unspoken heroes, and they actually appreciate them. Like waitress or waiters will give bigger tips. DoorDash drivers will also get $10 or $20 tips, and I even deliver something, and I got like better tips. But I still do like Uber deliveries, and I noticed the tips has decreased dramatically. Even one time, like when I was like maybe a deliver a Wendy's, I think it was Wendy's, right, to a place, and I remember it was like raining really really hard, and it was dark, and I could not see any uh, door signs. I cannot see the apartment number. So I messaged the lady, hey, I cannot find your number because it's dark and it's raining. And I couldn't find it. Like I just couldn't find anything. And she was like, I can stand inside the door, but I'm not gonna open the door, but you just try to come, and I can like let you know where you are at. But yeah, so that's like the idea. So I try to find the door, and it took me like 10 minutes to finally found the door. But she didn't want to come outside, right? And it was dark. I understand. And she just said that, and through the door, she told me to leave the food outside. Keep in mind, I was there for 40 minutes, maybe like 30 minutes, trying to find the hotel, find the door, and finally found it. Not 30 minutes. It was like maybe 15 minutes total. It was raining. I was drenching wet, and you know how in Uber delivery you'll see how much tip you get. Like in DoorDash, you do the same. You can see how much tip you get. She was originally getting $10 tip to me. After that 15-minute wait time, she decreased the tip to $1. $1. I know, like I took a little bit longer to find the place, but at least I tried my best. It was raining, it was cold, it was dark. But I wonder, would it be different if it was around COVID time when everybody was staying in and she thought of me as, hey, everybody is staying in, but I'm out there delivering. She feel more empathy towards me since it was raining, it was dark, and everybody is staying in the house. That I don't know if that's a good example of people being a little bit less empathy towards others, right? And I feel like the retail experience also got hit the most after post-pandemic. People don't really have patience waiting in the line anymore. If you messed up the drink, people get a bit more angrier. And yeah, I saw, like, I was eating out with my girlfriend, right? And I saw, like, and one of the waitress accidentally spilled the drink on my lap, right? And everything was going great until the waitress spilled the drink, and the mood was just not that great, right? Nobody had patience, but I understand it, and I feel like it's just a long day for the waitress, maybe, and they wanna make a big scene, but the people around me was just, I don't know, not feeling, like what the waitress was going through, and was just a little bit frustrated because he spilled drink on my lap. But things, I feel like, have changed a lot more since the pandemic. Like, if it was COVID time and the drink spill on my laps, I think, like, more people will be understanding, like, hey, it's a long day, there was, like, some disease flying around, nobody would get mad at everybody. But now, since everything is back to normal, people get a lot more frustrated overall. Less empathy towards others. If you're asked to do a task and you don't do it exactly like the way they expected, you're gonna get some consequence. Like, another example is driving. If you don't drive the speed limit, or you go a little bit slow, you can get honked at real quick, real soon. And post-pandemic, I feel like that's like the kind of the norm. Yes, people have less patience driving now. I get honked at a bit more often than before, because I try to, like, drive slow. I'm a cautious driver, and in the past nobody really honked at me, but now people are honking at me because they feel like I'm not driving fast enough. And sometimes when I go to, like, a foreign place, right, I don't know where am I exactly going, and I don't want to miss the turn, I just drive maybe 5 miles less than the speed limit, and I saw one car just pass right past me. I noticed that a lot, like, at post-pandemic, where people have less patience with anything, right? They want everything to be done on time, and if it gives people slight discomfort or slight inconvenience, people will get pretty frustrated at you, pretty frustrated at the surroundings, and they will also raise their voice. And definitely people, as a waitress working in retail clothing stores, or doing, like, any public customer service, will get hit the most. People that just don't have a lot of patience. And I understand it kind of completely because I do Uber deliveries and DoorDash deliveries. It's a public customer service, right? You want to deliver the food on time, make sure you gotta check on the drinks, make sure that your food is in a proper container, maybe in a bag that can trap heat, so when the food gets there, it's still hot. And yeah, so my message out there is people gonna be mean to you, right? Not everyone gonna be kind, and it has been amplified after the pandemic, right? Me just walking out in the parking lot, trying to get some Arby's. I'd never had someone just like racial slur me with some random sounds. And I think it was like 4 days ago it happened again, where I was just walking with my girlfriend, walking the dog, and someone had to roll their window and make some of the most random sound like like it was funny to them. Like I saw them laughing at like the sound, like, but it was a bit hurtful inside. Like if I was living in China, I don't think anybody would make that sound, cause they thought they are speaking like Chinese or something, but they're not. They just make them look like they're monkeys. Okay, I don't think it's funny, but it has that kind of experience has dramatically increased if you are not from America, especially if you're Chinese, right? And it's not that specific group that is feeling it. Also, the ordinary people, white people, like living in America that have like working in retail, working in the restaurant, and delivery drivers, cookers, they all have feeling a bit of just a sense of unhappiness, right? Like your happiness or how well your day go, a lot depends on how well other people treat you. You wanna have a good day, you want other people to treat you well, right? A person could say one of the meanest things, just one sentence, and it sounds really, really mean. It could basically ruin your whole day. Kind of like the drive-by experience like 3 days ago when someone rolled out the window, yells and make the most random sound. Sounds like she was thinking about she thought she was speaking Chinese or something, but she's not. And kind of ruined the night. Like, but at the same time, I did get like some kindness. You probably got some like kindness for other people, but it's rare occurrence. Like the kindness has decreased dramatically, right? The hateful language, the impatient people being impatient has increased dramatically. Even in school, you know how kids are trapped inside school since the pandemic, but now they're back in school. But what did they do when they trap inside the school, inside their home? They watch TikTok, and TikTok is the most attention grabbing thing. Like it make you feel like you don't have enough patience, right? It's something gonna be interesting. If it's not interesting, you're not gonna look at it, right? And you don't have patience to wait. And in school specifically, right, you can see a lot of rise and kind of more violence, and that's one of the reasons that my girlfriend quit teaching, because she can't handle the exaggerated violence, exaggerated behaviors for students, right? Students are acting a lot worse than they did 5 years ago when they didn't have TikTok. They didn't have to stay home to learn stuff. And also another thing is parents are for their kids. Whenever the teacher says something that's bad or it's not aligned with what the parents expect, they want to have a word with the teacher, like face to face. right? And oftentimes he had to like tell them to meet the principal to resolve the issue. It was constant battle between the student and the teacher. And she said when she was in school, she was not feeling that way. So it's affecting a lot of areas after post-pandemic. Like, how do you guys feel? Do you feel like people are getting kinder post-pandemic, doing kinder things, giving you more compliments, or more meaner post-pandemic, where they don't have any patience, where they want to get done at more efficiently, quickly, at a specific time? If you messed up one thing, you're gonna get yelled at, right? And people just don't have the patience anymore. Hopefully things will get better, right? It's almost 4 years, 3 years or 4 years since pandemic. First pandemic started around like 2020, now it's 2024. And things hopefully can get better, right? And yeah, hopefully you guys can relate to me, or you guys disagree, leave a comment down below. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you want to hear more of my stories. And I see you guys on the next one.